So what I like to do is hit record on these live training and coaching calls. This is the March 17th, 2026 call. Welcome. If you're watching the replay, hello. Um, but first, before we get into the meat and potatoes of today's call, I just want to go over just some quick wins right away. Let's go over some wins right away. So let's see. We have John. He's in Lodi, California, you said? Is that what all
There
right,
you
yeah.
go.
So just John, real quick, how many pounds have you lost and how long did it take you to lose it? And then I have a follow-up question too.
Since since July of last year, I am at 45 pounds.
Since July last year, so 45 pounds in like 9 months or so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
roughly. Yeah.
awesome. My follow-up question was, did it happen right away or like how long did it take
No,
to
it's pretty initially. I mean, there was plateaus along the way. It seemed like whenever I hit the 10, another 10-pound mark, I mean, I was stuck the last one at three. I'm sorry, 220, 220, 210, 210.
yeah.
Took me a long time. It seems like every time, I don't know if it's mental or whatever, but every time I got to about the 10-pound mark, it took probably about a month to begin dropping again, which was fine. I mean, I've really looked at this more so than anything is just appreciating the lifestyle change just across the board. I mean, the way to feel much better. I'm fitting into the clothes that I fit in before, and now if I continue losing, I have to buy a new wardrobe now. So it's a good thing.
Yeah, you're enjoying the process. So you had a really big, strong,
Yes.
strong reason why too. And for all the women on the replay and live too, you might be like, "Hey, why is there a guy in here?" That's because that in that video that I put, that's John is the guy that I was talking about. So he, when I first back in 2010, he joined my gym. So yeah, if somebody like that reaches out, it's like, yeah,
Way
well,
back.
yeah, way back. So, um, the difference between women and male fat loss it's really mainly just calories. Men have higher testosterone, of course. So that's why a lot of times women have after 35, 40, their estrogen, their strong estrogen drops. And the main difference is, aside from calories and protein, is the approach where men often work out too intense and women don't work out intense enough because women are told to go 3 sets of 15 because they don't want to get bulky and all that stuff. Whereas men, they go as heavy as they want, but they do it a little bit too much. So it's, yeah, the truth is always in the middle. But real quick, we have, I mean, Cynthia, you're muted, no camera. Viridiana, let's see. Does anybody else want to share a win real quick? Cynthia, you want to maybe share like how many pounds you've lost so far? I know you did last week too, or 2 weeks ago. Or was it 3 weeks ago?
Yeah. Um, I think I think I'm around the 50-pound mark.
50?
Yeah.
For how long? Or how many months?
Well, I started in June of last year,
Oh,
but
same.
then I kind of went off the wagon for about 3 months, but I really hit it hard like the end of October.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, 50. I can tell you that what John and Cynthia have in common is there is no secret. Like they just log their food, they log their weight every single day, and that's it. Here's my job. My job is to get you to do it. That's my only job, is to get you to do it. Because you already know everything. You know everything there is. And even though I'm about to share with you 42 tips to accelerate your fat loss, there might be some things where you're like, ooh, I didn't know that. But the basics, you know all the basics already. But it's about doing it. And this applies to me as well. Like in my business, I want to start running live workshops. And I've been sitting on this idea for like 6 months now. And it's like, no, I want to wait till it's perfect. But when you do stuff, stuff happens. But when you don't do stuff, nothing happens. It's a wise quote right there. So let's just get started right away. 42 tips to accelerate fat loss. Number one, Protein first. Start every meal with protein to trigger your, well, just to get full. Protein kills cravings. Whenever you have carbs, fats, and proteins, if you eat the protein first, then it's very likely that you're not going to overdo it on the carbs or fats. That's why all appetizers in all restaurants usually it's not a lot of protein. I rarely see protein on appetizers because they know that if you give you appetizers, it'll kill your cravings, and then you're not going to want to eat more for the main menu. Sometimes you have like sliders or whatever, but that's like white bread with a little bit of sliver of protein. So that's one. Two is the 40-gram morning protocol. So consume anywhere from 30 to 40 grams of protein within the first couple hours upon waking. For women, this will control your appetite for the next 8 to 12 hours. It's huge. How you start your day is everything, especially for women. You guys wake up with higher cortisol already, over 35 or 40, because you're waking up, your cortisol rises. So the best way to bring that cortisol down is to eat, simply eat, but has to have protein. Number three is try to eat your largest meal when cortisol is highest. Try to eat your cortisol or try to eat your largest meal in the morning. However, on the flip side, if you know that you often go out to eat and you know that you're very spontaneous with your food, sometimes you just want to eat very little in the morning because that gives you room for calories at night. But ideally, you eat your biggest meal in the morning because that gives you less cravings and less hunger throughout the night. Day. All right. Um, Super simple. Number four is to fill your plate with low calorie vegetables before adding anything else. What I personally do every meal or every day, I have at least one meal that has good vegetables like a whole lot of asparagus, broccoli, spinach, kale, asparagus, sprouts. And I usually eat that first. So if I have my bison, my potatoes, my sprouts, let's say, I'll eat my sprouts first. I'll eat my asparagus first, my broccoli first. I don't know. It's just weird. And it just fills me up more. Whereas if you eat your meat first, it's like, oh, I could have had so much more. Um, my number five is space your meals enough apart and don't snack in between because snacks often don't get logged. Snacks also tax your digestive system, and snacks also are often not really high protein. And you always never want to eat anything, or you never want to eat a meal that doesn't have protein. And also, snacks are often brought in by coworkers that are just they don't care. They just don't care about they eat Cheetos and stuff. So that's number five. I like to have just 3 meals a day. Boom, nothing in between. Nothing in between. Also, if you don't eat in between, then your taste palates, your taste buds, they don't get anything. So they create anticipation for the next meal and everything's going to taste so much better. All right. Number six is apple cider vinegar. I gotta be honest with you, I don't really take it myself, but if you do it, if you take apple cider vinegar in the morning, then what will happen is that if you have carbs, it will blunt your blood sugar from going up. So there is that. With that said, if you have a whole food, food or diet or meal plan with just single ingredient foods, lots of fiber, then that will happen by default already. Number seven, drink. I like to, anytime you have a number you have to hit, if you have to hit steps, you have to hit a gallon of water. You want to hit that in the morning. Start off strong. So I like to drink 8 to 10 sips of water. Boom, right away. I like to get 2,000 steps. Boom, within the first 30 minutes upon waking up. So try to drink as much water in the morning as you can. And then before meals, drink about 8 to 16 ounces of water because that'll enhance your hunger as well, or satiety. It'll kill your hunger. So another one, number, what is it? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Fiber. Every meal has to have protein and also ideally fiber. Fiber is huge. Nobody talks about that because it's boring, but that's why I like to eat Smart Brand, carrots, daily carrot is amazing. Cruciferous vegetables, chia seeds, and just fruit in general. Kiwi, ooh, fiber in there. It's amazing. All right. Now, the number nine that I think we're on, yeah, number nine is huge. And I can actually stop this call right here after this one because I have found this one to be super effective. And give me one second. I just added Levon. Levon, did you get in? Yes, there you are. All right. Um, this one is huge. And I'm creating this. I want everybody to start doing this. If everybody just starts doing this, your life will improve by at least 150%. And it is to take a 10-minute walk after every meal. It is so, so good. And I always feel so much better and I always perform so much better the next day if I just walk for 10 minutes after every single meal. And that is also why I don't like to snack. I only like to have 3 meals a day because then you only have to go for those 3 walks. But imagine you have to go for a walk after you eat everything and you're eating so often. So what happens is it improves again the way your nutrients get partitioned in your body. It improves your digestion. You get blood flowing through your digestive system. It's just you use up whatever you just ate. It gets digested so much better. All right. Next one is remove all the stupid snacks from arm's reach in your workspace, especially from your office. There's still some people who go to their office and they have like dumb snacks like in their drawers. Just remove it. Another one, every single meal should have protein, fiber, and healthy fats, ideally. A lot of times I'll see people drink like a protein shake just by itself. And no, like milk with just protein powder. No, anytime you make a protein shake, it's an amazing opportunity to add chia seeds, to add vegetables, even to add peanut butter, to add cinnamon, to add maca, ashwagandha, tiger tail, cacao nibs. It's such a blank slate. And then I see people drinking like and with all due respect, Premier Protein from that you can get at Costco is horrible. Now, all that is calcium caseinate. It's the worst type of protein you can get. It's barely protein. The cost of the carton actually, it costs more to produce the carton than it does to produce the protein drink. And that says a lot. Don't buy that. Just like the rotisserie chicken, just don't. If you need to know why, then just ask me afterwards. I'll tell you why. But all right, next one. I like to recommend my clients to plan their week out on Sunday, but or every night before you go to bed. If you say yes to one thing, you'll say no to everything else. If you say no to one thing, then you'll give yourself opportunity to say yes to other things. Design your week for the whole entire week. Design your week on Sunday. It removes the decision fatigue. If you wake up and you don't know what you're going to wear, you don't know where your supplements are, you don't know like what time your workout is, you got to decide that. Decision fatigue is a real thing. Like have your day written out for you. Because if you know what you're saying yes to, then it'll get done. That's why some of you're logging your food in advance. I know Inger, she's Dutch, she's in the Netherlands. Uh, she watches the replays. She uses subtitles, but she always logs her food in advance. I know some of you do that as well. I'm a big fan of that because then you're telling your subconscious like, "Hey, I'm going to eat this tomorrow," and then you wake up, you already logged it. You would have to be really off. Like you would have to be really upside down. Like if you're not going to eat that, then all right. Um, all right. So next tip is before you go to bed. Try to take a hot shower before you go to bed because that helps you fall asleep because your body has to cool back down and then that produces melatonin. When you get a call, never take a call sitting down. Just stand up and walk around if you're on the phone. What I recommend is getting earphones and take your calls then. It's not rude. I don't think it's rude. You can still give your undivided attention, but at least you're getting steps in, unless you're in the jacuzzi or something. Next one. Oh my God, I can just stop this one as well. Always park far away. If you're not parking far away, then all right. Like, don't be that person that's fighting for a parking spot. That's the most American, with all due respect. Ah, America is amazing. I love America, but one of the most American things that you can see is if you see people fighting around the parking lot or circling the parking lot when there are 10 million, thousand, billion parking spots open and people are circling the parking lot to find a place close to the Walmart entrance. Don't do that. Park far away. Get your extra steps in. Whenever I go to let's say Costco, I'll get an extra like 2,000 steps in. I go through all the aisles, park far away, boom. Always find parking. Next one. Stand up every 45 minutes if you have a desk job. Just do it. Set your timer. If that's too hard, set it for 1 hour first, but 45 minutes is ideal. Next one, hit 10,000 steps. If you don't do that already, start early. Use your lunch breaks, use your phone calls. Just little steps here and there add up. Like literally, even if you just get 500 steps here and there, it really does add up. 10,000 sounds like a lot, but it really, if you just hit it hard early, then it's fine. You'll be fine. Um, After you wake up, I recommend doing some bedroom yoga. Bedroom yoga can be anything. You wake up, reach for the ceiling, touch the floor, reach for the ceiling, touch the floor. Do some squats, whatever, whatever. And you can switch it up too. Just move your body, get your body moving. Because if you wake up and you do not hit snooze and you get out of bed right away, and you move your body right away, you're conditioning your body to be getting used to the fact that your blood starts pumping at that time. Because people that live long and healthy lives, they all have in common that they go to bed and wake up at the same time every single day. So if you wake up at the same time every single day, and then you're used to just exercising right away or just getting your body moving, it's a really healthy habit. Um, Workout wise, do compound lifts. So if you ever wonder, like in the workouts that I give you, very rarely do you do anything sitting down because, like Jeff Cavalier says, if you want to look like an athlete, you got to train like an athlete, and that means you got to train on your feet. Um, Now, next one is more of a myth. You don't necessarily have to have protein within 30 minutes of your workout or within an hour. I used to believe that. I think we all used to believe that. Science has come a long way. We used to think that your muscles are screaming for nutrients. You need protein and carbs right after your workout. It's actually not true. It takes 24 hours for your body for muscle protein synthesis to happen. That means that the protein you just ate right now, it actually takes 24 hours for it to get into your muscles. So as long as you get enough protein every 24 hours in, then you're fine. Like I sometimes work out and I don't eat for like 1 or 2 hours afterwards. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Now, if you're feeling like you're getting like dizzy, like maybe you did leg day, like you did leg day, then you get in your car, then you get back out and you're like, whoa, that's something else. Yeah, eat something. But it's not like you're going to lose muscle as long as you get enough protein in every single day, 24 hours. On your rest days, walk, 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 walk. Motion is lotion. If you're injured, still got to move. If you're tired, still got to move. I don't like if you hit 10,000 steps a day, you're rarely going to have a day where you just sit down all day like you used to. I used to do that. I could sit on the couch all day long. Lazy days. But once you hit 10,000 steps, you're just never going to have those lazy days anymore. It just doesn't happen. You're always fidgeting. You're always moving. You're always like, I got to move. Like even when I watch soccer right now, like during halftime, I'm like, all right, 15 minutes, let's go for a walk. It's weird. It just changes your whole entire life when you start hitting 10,000 steps. Um, for sleep, keep your bedroom between 65 to 68 degrees. That's a good temperature. Below 68 degrees is optimal. You can go colder if you want to. When you wake up, try to get 10 minutes of morning sunlight because that will tell your body what time it is. Especially if you have an office job. Let's say you wake up and you're in your house, you go into your car. Any sunlight you get from a window doesn't count. It doesn't work. You got to see it in real in outside. So if you go into your office and you haven't really seen the sunlight yet, then your body doesn't know what time it is. What happens then? Boom, 3 a.m. wake ups. Start waking up at 3 a.m. because your body's like, hey, let's go. And then you're telling your body, no, it's 3 a.m. And your body's like, what? And then you have an argument and you just wake up. Quick bonus tip. I didn't even write this down, but if you do have 3 a.m. wake ups, never look at the time. So you really shouldn't know that it's 3 a.m. But if you look at the time, then your mind starts racing like, oh, it's 3 a.m. I got, 2 more hours or 3 more hours to sleep. And then you start thinking, oh, I got to do all this. Oh, I got to do the laundry. Oh, I wonder what's on TV tonight. Oh, damn. I can't believe Jessica from HR said that about me the other day. And then you start thinking about all those things. All right. 2 hours before you go to bed, 2 to 1 hour before you go to bed, cut all screens. You could use the blue light blocker glasses. I do think right now a lot of monitors, a lot of screens have that setting where it reduces it, but still, the mere fact, even if it doesn't omit any blue light, the mere fact of you absorbing a bunch of information, our brains are not designed to absorb all this information that we get, thrown at us every single day, and it messes you up, especially if you want to wind down at night. So, next one, magnesium. I know we talked about that often. Just remember to take that magnesium glycinate. I like magnesium glycinate about 2 hours before you go to bed. 400-ish milligrams. That's what on average what everybody takes. If you need the brand, I like Bioptimizers. I like Purely Min. But we can talk about afterwards if you want to talk about that. But magnesium glycinate. Everybody's magnesium deficient unless you eat perfect. You eat all the eggs, all the almonds, but hardly anyone does that. Intermittent fasting, real quick. Men, yes. Women, no. Women need breakfast. All studies on intermittent fasting were done on men, and women are not small men. So, intermittent fasting, no for women, yes for men. Uh, big reminder, big reminder coming up right here. And everybody, I don't need to remind you guys, but take your omega 3s. It reduces inflammation. It also improves fat oxidation. So basically, burning fat as fuel. If you're not taking omega 3s, you are leaving money on the table. You are literally shooting yourself in the foot. So 2 to 3 grams a day. Um, take care of your thyroid. The way you do that, what I like to do is I like to drink cranberry juice at night. When you drink cranberry juice or tart cherry juice, get it not from concentrate and get it pure. You can, and also if you eat cruciferous vegetables, which everybody is, that really helps with your iodine, with your thyroid as well, because it gives you a lot of iodine. The next one is not really that important. It's getting enough sleep, but that's overrated. Just kidding. No, that's like probably the most underrated aspect of everything. 7.5 hours minimum. Um, I've literally when I was training in Straight Up Fitness, Norwalk, we had the elite session, and I had two girls. They were friends, and one girl, it was like the perfect experiment or science experiment. One girl just couldn't get enough sleep. She had dogs that were barking in the middle of the night and just blah. And then the other girl was getting like 7.5 hours, 8 hours. And it was literally they were eating the same calories, doing the exact same workout. They were friends, like yeah, no. And the girl that got enough sleep just got so much leaner and just yeah, got so much stronger as well. Sleep is everything, but it's not sexy. Nobody's going to talk about it. There's still a stigma attached to sleep, like that it's weak, but it's not. It's the only time you repair. I used to be an aerospace engineer, and it's all about the maintenance intervals. If your airplane is not getting enough maintenance, then it's going to crash, and that's actually happened. Anyway, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But there was an Alaska Airlines flight one time. It was going to about around Seattle, and the rudder, basically the screw that goes into the rudder, basically just broke off because the maintenance intervals were being shortened because the airline management was trying to chase profits. Anyway, don't do that with your body, all right? Because you'll crash. Next one, clean out your fridge. You want to have a full fridge full of single ingredient foods, and you want to have empty pantries. Fridge should be full of fruits, vegetables, meats, single ingredient, single ingredient, single ingredient. And then pantries can be protein powder, maybe some pasta or whatever, some cinnamon, all the spices. What do I have? I have bone broth because that's not refrigerated. Potatoes, yeah, that's really all I have in my pantries. I never really liked that word, pantries. I think they should change that word, pantries. But next one. If you're hungry, wait 20 minutes before eating and ask yourself if you can eat a whole chicken breast just by itself. And if you can, then yeah, you're hungry. Also, drink some water. See how you feel. Another one is, and this is something that I recommend everybody do, is take weekly photos. Consistent lighting, that'll give you visual accountability. You can do it in your app. And next one, this is huge, and some of you need this more than others. But if you have family and friends, coworkers, partners that you know that if they supported you, it would help you, then really clearly communicate your goals to them. Communicate your goals clearly to your family and your friends. Very important because if they know how serious it is for you, then they won't, you know, try to tempt you with stupid stuff. Um, Here's another one that I try to adhere to and I still struggle with, but that's to eliminate screens during meals because you'll eat slower if you eat by yourself. You enjoy the moment more and you'll actually taste the calories more. You'll taste the food more. Whereas if you're watching something or you're doing something, you don't enjoy it as much. And every calorie is to be enjoyed. And if you want to get that anticipation for every meal where you're like, oh, this is so good, you really want to enjoy the meal, then, and you're on a deficit, you want to enjoy every single calorie, then don't be in front of a computer. Don't be in front of a screen. I still do that sometimes. I gotta be honest, but yeah. Next one is straight from Japan. They eat until they're 80% full. In fact, Japan, before they start eating, they always say 80% in Japanese. They eat until they're 80% full rather than completely satisfied. That's a huge, huge trick, because it keeps you full. And it's all about calories in versus calories out. Next one, go to bed, wake up within the 30 minutes of the same time every single day. It's way easier said than done, but it gets you that circadian rhythm. And the regarding the scale, regarding your improvements, this one's tough. Everybody wants it overnight. Everybody wants those dramatic daily changes. But if you focus on just getting 1 or 2% better, then it's going to take a year. But if you're 52%, let's just say 52% better after a year, then you know you were doing it. That's how you make it a lifestyle change. I'll never say that in an ad. I'll never say that to um, you know, yeah, in an ad, I guess. But that's how you really make it a lifestyle change. You focus on competence and not on instant results. You focus on you getting better and you keep taking risks because champions, they walk on the razor thin edge of risks. They always take risks, but they know that the end is near and every day you're losing a day out of your life. So you might as well take those risks, calculated risks, and jump in feet first and invent the parachute on the way down. Ready, shoot, aim. You'll learn more by doing than by trying to be perfect about everything. And if you just get 1 or 2% better, that's most important. Um, and then lastly, it's all about systematic optimizations. Everything compounds over time. So everything that I'm telling you, choose the ones that fit your lifestyle. And it's all about consistency, not perfection. And I know that's super cliche, but I don't want to make this too long. I've already been going on for like half hour. I hope everybody's still awake. I know Janelle is because she's driving, but let's do this. From everything I just mentioned, I'm just gonna go around and I'll start at the bottom right. I don't know if you guys see the same like layout that I do. Well, let's start in the southwest region of the country, that's where Levon lives in San Diego. So let's just list like maybe one. Levon, which one did you need to hear most, or which one do you need to have questions on, or which one do you feel like you're gonna start doing? Yeah, I'm not sure if you're there. Okay, Patricia. Here's a
Hey
question.
everyone. Hi, I'm
Yes.
here. I just have the hardest time hitting my 10,000 steps, but I feel like I'm active all day. Like my watch always tells me I hit my stand up every hour goal, and I'm at 6,000 steps without trying. And then I'll work out or walk like for maybe 20 or 30 minutes when I get home, but I'm still not hitting that 10,000 steps. So I just need to do it. I just need to do it. But that's like one of the tips that I'm having a hard time with.
Yeah. But what's holding you back from doing it?
I'm lazy.
No.
I'm tired. No.
Tired?
I don't, you know what, honestly, like I don't want to blame my husband. I don't want to blame that. It's my decision to not walk. But when I get home, like I don't get to see him. Like he leaves for work before I get home from you working out. And so I don't get to see him in the morning and then he works far, so he doesn't get home till after 6. We eat dinner and then that's it. So I just don't want to sacrifice my relationship time for walking, and I wish he would walk with me, but I just can't get him there yet. So,
Yeah.
going back to your tip of like leaning on the people who support you and making sure they understand what your goals are and getting them on board. Like if I could do that, I know I would be a lot more successful in hitting my steps, but I can't blame him because it's my decision.
Yeah. So you know that, and I appreciate you sharing. You know that at night you have husband time, you have quality time. So that's great. That's awesome. So you know that walking at night is probably not going to be there because your husband, well, you guys don't want to go walking at night, sounds like, together, or no? Because that's what Janelle said. Take a walk together
He
after
doesn't
dinner.
want to walk at all. He doesn't want to. He gets home from work so tired because he's running around all day, like, between the warehouse and the office, and that
Yeah.
he just comes home and it's just not something he wants to do.
All right. So he gets his steps in at work. I think, does it auto mute or what?
Sorry, I'm just like, I'm in a public place. But
Oh,
so
okay.
he is not focused on his fitness.
Okay.
He's comfortable with where he is.
Yeah.
And my fitness goals are total polar opposite to what his health and fitness goals are.
Yeah.
He's comfortable as long as he's comfortable. So getting him out of his comfort zone is going to take an act of God at this point. So I'm still praying on that. I'm hoping
Yeah.
it'll happen, but like it's just hard to get him on board, and he's really important to me. And
Yeah.
I mean, we've had some health scares with him recently, and I just, I want to spend as much time with him as I can. Now, he's almost 10 years older than me, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. So on one side, I kind of feel like, yeah, I wish I could meet him, and talk to him. But on the other side, not everybody's ready to transform. Now, I can't really give advice on that. Really, like all I want to say is, I think we've all talked about it, but like Trisha, for you actually starting this program is very commendable. I think you deserve the utmost praise. And like I said in my video in the WhatsApp, I don't give compliments like that are just like fake. I'm not like some LA girl, Los Angeles girl, not Lower Arkansas girl, but Los Angeles girl, from the Valley, north of the 405. But um, the fact that you actually started this program deserves a lot of praise because, like others on this call, you're going against your environment. And with that said, that's going to be so much harder. And every day is going to be a battle. So if you're saying like, oh, it's going to take an act of God, well, that act of God is you sticking to your guns and it's going to be hard. So I guess all I'm trying to say is just reach out for help in the group. If you ever have those moments, I know you often have those, we talk about sometimes you feel like, oh, it's not happening fast enough or this is so hard. Um, I guess what I'm trying to say is if you don't have a supportive husband, I'm just being real with you guys. Like, if you don't have a supportive husband deep down inside, my instant response is like WTF? Like, who the hell is he? Right? But I can't say that. Uh, so, um, reach out for help and uh,
Yeah.
reach out to the people who do understand what you're going through. Because
Mhm.
unfortunately, choosing fitness and being healthy, it's becoming more and more rare. And um, yeah, I don't know. You know what? Does anybody else have advice for that? Because I'll be honest with you, I've never been in that situation because I wouldn't. You're going from being out of shape into wanting to be in shape. I've never been in a situation like that. Does anybody else have advice for that? So I can stop rambling? please help me stop rambling.
Mhm.
I don't know if this is the right advice or the right thing to say. I am not married, so I can totally say something and then just like Michael, like I don't understand, but I do know that sometimes it could be you can tailor it as like a safety thing. Like I feel safer if you walk with me because it's dark, or I feel safer like kind of just I don't want to say this, but manipulating the situation in terms of like a safety precaution versus I want you to go walk with me. Like I feel safer when you're with me, or kind of playing on words that way, and then maybe he'll start enjoying it. I don't know if that's the right advice.
Any advice is fine. I appreciate you sharing. I would, I can't say like manipulating because that would sound horrible for me. But so my advice for you, Trisha, and by the way, there's a lot of people going through the same situation, would be okay. You know you're not going to get steps in at night, so then you got to get them in the morning. That's just how it is, and there's no way around it. You only have so many hours in the day, and I know that's why I'm saying it's harder. So and also if your husband is getting all his steps in at work and he just wants to relax at night, yeah, I can see that. So, but then again, you're also saying that he's not focused on his health, so there's that. Does anybody else have any similar situations or advice?
Hey, not similar, but an idea. I love your idea. Like you say, you park further away, but I do that all the time. If I go to Costco, I just walk the whole aisles while I'm there. And then if I go to the supermarket, when I go to the supermarket, I do the same thing. Just walk every aisle. The people kind of look at me funny sometimes, but that's if they
Yeah.
in the stores. But Costco it doesn't work. But that's just every opportunity you get, just walk a little bit more. And for me, that helps. I look down at my counter by the end of the day, and I go, "Oh my gosh, I thought I was a lot shorter in my steps than that."
Yeah, every little bit adds up for sure. I saw some of you guys unmute, but then you muted.
It was me. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, for Trisha, I think I've gone through that with my family, more like my mom, and I just talked to her, and she cooks this delicious Mexican food, and it's kind of healthy, but not all of it. So it took years for her to say what she said today. When we were on the phone, she was asking me, what if I had food at home, and she wanted me to cook something for us, for the kids and I. And then she said, I know you don't need my kind of food, but I can try to make something that, that you like, that you eat. And I say it took years because at every family reunion, um, yeah, I was a weird one, bringing the healthy food, right? And it's a lonely path. So I think you just do what you need to do at home, cook what you want to cook, eat what you want to eat, and people will follow. And if they don't, then it's not your responsibility. Yeah, I think it came down to that for me. And at home, that's what I did. And of course, I mean, I have my kids that they have to eat what I cook, that because they're my kids, right? But for adults, I think it's just that. It might sound too mean, but I would say, this is the food I made. This is what's for dinner. If you want to eat it, great. If you don't, then cook your own food. um, I don't know. It if it's too blunt, but that's what I would say. But for my family, like my sister, my brothers, my parents, yeah, it took a few years for them to kind of not make fun of me and just acknowledge, like, oh yeah, this is what you eat. This is it's a different kind of food. And then I try to make the Mexican food in a healthy version. And they make a face and like, what is that? But they'll try it. So yeah, it takes a while, but just be patient with yourself, and I think prioritize yourself, you first, and then people, if they see the changes in you, they might follow. That's it.
Yeah, great advice. Thank you for sharing. Um, I think it's one of those things where you have really good things that you want to say, and then you start talking and you just get more blunt, and you're like, okay, I'm better stop talking. At least that's what's happening to me. But before we move on to the next one, I had this too with my own mom. My mom was born in 1947 in Amsterdam, and long story short, like in the Netherlands, if you're fat, like you're an outcast, especially back in the day. If you're not good at soccer, like you, screw you, like go sit in the corner, go cry. Um, it was a different world. So then she moved to America in 1970s, and she didn't get any education on food or anything like that. And she just thought, oh, okay, American food must be good. So she got obese. She got obese in America. And I'm not blaming everything on American food. Of course, you have to take responsibility, but she's always been obese. So yeah, when I started eating good, because my whole journey started with Men's Health, the magazine Men's Health. You guys are probably, there's Women's Health and Men's Health. I started reading Men's Health. And then I was in a Barnes and Noble and I just picked one up and I thought, what is this stupid magazine? And I saw, hey, eat this, not that. And it said, you should eat almonds instead of bananas. And I was like, what? Why? And then I learned that and I was like, wow, that's fascinating. And then I started following the workout routines and then I got really into it. But my mom always thought I was crazy. She always said, when are you going to start eating normal again? I'm like, what do you mean? Like I'm eating good. But I had to look externally. I had to look elsewhere for fitness advice and health advice. And that's a really weird position to be in. So like for you, Trisha, too, like if it's not coming from your own family or for everybody here that's a mom, if you're not doing it, then your kids are going to have to look elsewhere. It's a very weird position to be in because your kids are going to have to look elsewhere for fitness advice. And yeah, that's going to create a gap. It's going to create a big Grand Canyon where there's always going to be that thing where people are going to say, "Yeah, but you eat all those weird things." You know, you've probably heard that before. I still get that to this day. Yeah, you eat weird. But yeah, anyway, and then I go work out and I do handstands. But next up, real quick, Levon was trying to park. Shauna said the one about eating protein right after working out confused me. So, Shauna, did you mean like you still thought that you need to eat protein right after working out, or
Yeah, I always thought that you had to do it within like the hour of eating, but you said as
yeah,
long as it's within the 24 hours, it's okay.
you really don't need to eat like right afterwards? I used to do that too. I used to take my protein shake with me because, like, as soon as I was done lifting, I'd be like, I gotta drink my protein shake. That's just not how the body works. Uh, New studies have just basically confirmed that. Now, if you work out and your workout is technically usually, 45 minutes, let's just say an hour, well, you're not going to eat right before working out. So let's say you eat an hour before working out, then you're already 1 hour plus another hour. You're already 2 hours along. So then if you wait another hour, then you're already 3 hours along. So it's very likely that you're going to eat within an hour or 2 hours anyway. But it's not like you have to eat within a 30-minute window or 60-minute window. That doesn't matter. If all your meals have protein and you're hitting your daily amounts of protein, then that's all that matters. It's all about the macro, not the micro. So, yeah, one less thing to worry about, basically. With that said, though, sometimes myself and maybe you guys as well. I don't know if you guys experience that, but I'll have like a heavy leg day. Go heavy on legs. I'll go all out. Like today, I kind of went hard. And then if I go sit in the car and then I drive for a little bit and then I get out, I'll be like, whoa, like I'll get a little dizzy. So that means I need to eat something because my blood sugar is low right after working out. But yeah, so there's that. Okay. Who else wants to talk about one of the points that I mentioned? Or do you have any questions on it? Or any
I
have a question.
Yeah.
So I noticed that in the mornings I'm always in the rush. I'll make breakfast the night before and I'll eat it in the morning, which is fine. However, I don't know why I do this, but or if this is even a thing. I kind of space out my breakfast, and sometimes I won't finish it because I'm working, right? So I won't finish it until like 9:30, 10 o'clock. By then, I'm getting closer to lunch. So, and it doesn't happen all the time where I'm full throughout, up until lunch. So I'll still eat because I don't want to mess up my next meal. But sometimes I'm not that hungry because I've already so it feels like my breakfast is a big snack. um, is that wrong? It's just I get so distracted. Sometimes I'll
Mm.
have oatmeal on my way to work and then I'll finish my eggs or whatnot once I get to my desk. But it just feels like I'm kind of just spacing out the food that I eat for breakfast. So even if it's healthy, like eggs, bell peppers, spinach bites that I make with like
Yeah.
3 eggs and egg whites, but then I won't eat it in one sitting. So I'm wondering if that has anything to do with anything.
Well, let me ask you, how's your digestion?
It depends on the day. I think when stress levels are higher, it's not the best. But for the most part, it, I mean, it's like pretty quick.
So I just like having three solid meals. For one, digestive health wise, it's a lot better if your body knows I'm being fed at this, and this time, and I'm being
Yeah.
fed this much. If you're constantly grazing, because it's not, I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but kind of like during the morning, then you're constantly putting your digestion to work. And that's okay. But as you get older, um, your digestive enzymes are something to be taken into account. When you do not eat, then your digestive enzymes start refilling again. So it's like a little bucket that fills up, ready for the next meal. But if you're always eating it, then your digestive enzymes constantly get depleted, and then you eat your next meal, and then those digestive enzymes are not really there. So that's why I just like three solid meals. Also, just psychologically, just physically, I mean, like if you want to be lean, if you want to walk into the room in a gym, go to the beach and be lean, which is very hard to do, especially in America because we have food everywhere, then you're going to have to be on a caloric deficit. Now, if you're on a caloric deficit, you're not going to have as many calories as you want. So the calories that you do get need to be enjoyed to the max. It's almost like you're deployed and then you get to go home for 2 weeks and spend time with your loved ones. You better enjoy every minute that you have because it's not a lot. Like every calorie you get is going to be not enough. Every time you eat, you're going to be like, oh, I could still have some more. So if you're just grazing, then you're not really going to enjoy it as much. That's my opinion, at least. So that's why I like to really sit down, put on my bib, have a fork and knife, sing a song, and then eat, and then enjoy every single calorie. And then even then, I would be like, oh, I could have had more. But yeah, so that's my take. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but I would just kind of prioritize it. I mean, how long does it take to eat really? Like 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes? Yeah. So, but you're not the only one. I know I mean, it's a whole industry. I mean, look at 7-Eleven or Starbucks or, people actually, can you believe there's actually people that eat food at Starbucks? That's crazy. That's crazy. Can you imagine that? Actually buying their sandwiches? You must be out of your mind. I'm just kidding. Not really. Does anybody else have anything you want to talk
I
about?
make my food.
Yeah, no, that's good. Lavon says you get tired of eating. Okay. Was that a question or is that like
No, no,
I'm
I
Ron
just feel
Burgundy?
like I feel like I eat so much.
Since you started this?
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
like
Okay.
I'm not, I mean, I still it's not like it's huge meals, but it's like I feel like I'm just eating like constantly or something. I don't know. I guess because it's more than I was eating before.
Yep.
It's just hard to do, and I'm like, I'm so tired of eating, tired of
Yeah.
chewing so much.
So it's a really good point you bring up. If I had $1 for every time I heard that, then I would have like a couple $100. Um, the so if you have first off, and this is going to be blunt, and this applies to everybody. If you have weight to lose, then you have been eating too much, actually. But if you have, let's say, 100 calories of strawberries, if you just look at my hands, 100 calories of strawberries is like this big. 100 calories of, olive oil is this big. And olive oil is actually healthy. So let's just go 100 calories of blueberries is this big. That's a lot of food. 100 calories only, though. And then 100 calories of Pop Tarts is maybe like this big. So you've been eating the wrong foods. You've been eating foods that are really high calorie and they don't fill you up. And now you're eating foods that are more volume and they fill you up. So you feel like you're eating more. You feel like you're eating all the time. But in reality, you're eating less calories, you're eating more nutrients. Also, because of all these nutrients, you're actually putting your body to work. Your body's like, oh, shoot, we're getting B vitamins now. We're getting magnesium now. We're getting potassium. We're getting folate. We're getting chromium. We're getting fiber. Shoot. Your body's starting to activate all its non-essential functions again. You're going to start feeling alive again, energy. So stick with it. Um, Keep it up. But what you said about like you get tired of eating, you feel like you're eating all the time. Literally, almost every single person has said that at some point when they start getting on a proper meal plan. Because, and I don't blame you. You really go from eating just horrible food to now eating good food. It's a big change. It's a big change.
Mhm.
Yeah. Um,
I feel like so stuffed to the max after I eat my meals. I just feel like, oh my gosh, I have to eat again.
yeah.
I have to hit my goals, I have to hit these calories and the protein. I have to do it. So I have to, finish my food.
Yeah. No, I mean, I get it. Do you mind if I go over your food logs real quick?
Sure.
All right, let's do it. Let's just do that real quick.
Now,
Put,
I know you have told me to eat the same thing, and this week I did focus on that, eating the same thing. So bison and asparagus and zucchini is my thing right now this week.
okay, bison, asparagus, zucchini. Can everybody see my screen? Wait, can you see the calendar thing?
I can, yes.
Okay, all right. So let's go over yesterday. Well, this is Sunday. Eggs, breakfast potatoes, sourdough toast, turkey breakfast, sausage patties, espresso shot, whole milk, dulce de leche sauce. That's pretty good. That's 887 calories with 51 grams of protein. All right, then you had Great Range bison. You got it from Costco?
Yes.
Yeah, so you got zucchini, asparagus from Sprouts, four cheeses, sourdough toast, oven baked cheese bites, organic English cucumbers, spring mix, organic whole carrots, vinaigrette Caesar dressing. The food choices are not bad. I like them. You're eating 1,600-ish calories, which is a great calorie count. I would want to see a little bit more protein. I know that's not what you want to hear, but so you had 3.5 eggs. That's good. Breakfast potatoes, great. Sourdough is one of the best breads you can eat. Um, no, your breakfast is great. If you can add like spinach to your breakfast or something, just as a vegetable, or micro broccoli, micro kale, alfalfa
Mm-hmm.
sprouts, something like that. But you're having asparagus at night, zucchini, it looks great. Mm, yeah, 4 ounces of bison. That fills you up?
So that was just at night because I didn't want to be too full, but
Yeah.
during the day for lunch I'll eat like 8 ounces. But yeah, I could get because of the vegetables and like I said, I feel like I ate a lot of breakfast, so
Yeah.
um I just felt that 4 ounces was good. It worked for me at the time. But usually I
Okay.
measure out 8 ounces to 8 ounces of veggies.
All right. So if you look here to your, so this is your calories. So in the last week, on Saturday, you hit your calories, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So on all other days, you were kind of low on calories. So you've been logging everything, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So when your calories are low, your protein's low too. But like if you just added a little bit more protein on Saturday and Sunday, you would have been perfect. Um, and yesterday you didn't log her.
So I sent you a text message. My phone port to charge my phone, it was damaged somehow. So I wasn't able to charge my phone. I had my watch, so no, I wasn't able to log, but I
Oh,
can go back and relog it. I have it written.
okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I got your text and it said
I
issue.
was trying to text from my Apple
All
Watch.
right.
That's why it was weird.
All right. No, okay. No, no worries, no worries. All right, so Thursday you had 1,355 calories. You had the Keno Collagen, organic coconut water. So you started with that. Then you had spring mix, cilantro lime dressing, cucumbers, eggs, one egg. Um, yeah, I would have had more eggs here. Then bison, peppers, sweet potato, spinach. This is really good. This right here, this dinner. 8 ounces of bison, sweet potatoes, sweet mini peppers, spinach. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. Maybe add some almonds or something like that. But other than that, it's great. Okay, creamy peanut butter, Kirkland, organic sliced banana, Greek yogurt, stevia, raspberry superfood jam. Perfect. Perfect. Here's what I would do. I would take your collagen protein, vanilla, and
Mhm.
mix it in the yogurt. It makes the yogurt taste really, really good.
So
Uh,
I actually had a question about that.
yeah.
It says it says to mix it before eating, I think. So I was like, am I not supposed to mix this? That's why I've mixed it with coconut water.
It says it on the label.
Yeah, I believe that's where I read it. It says
Um,
take like 15 to 20 before working out, or if if it's a rest day, then to take it. But so to me, my understanding was don't mix it in your food.
no, so I put that in my yogurt all the time. It's fine.
Okay.
It's just
Okay.
collagen protein. That's all it is.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is because it tastes amazing.
It's
It
so
really,
good.
yeah. The vanilla. And by the way, everybody listening, if you're gonna get the collagen protein from Kino, it does taste really good, but uh, this is what you'll look like. Just kidding. No, but this is the Kino collagen. Don't get the chocolate and don't get the blueberry muffin because they really don't taste good, but the vanilla is really, really good. So just a heads up.
So
All right.
good.
Let's go to Friday. You had 1,542 eggs. You had two eggs. Then you had salsa, taco size tortillas, eggs, cheese, golden potatoes. So here I would have added some vegetables, and this is nothing against. So the issue with the Mexican cuisine is a lot of times there's not enough vegetables, not enough fiber. Um,
So
but
on Fridays, I don't eat meat right now because of Lent. So it's
oh,
kind of like a challenge for me to try to get all the protein in. But you're right, I
yeah,
could have
yeah,
had
yeah.
veggies.
Yeah, you had 67 grams of protein. Can you have protein shakes?
Yeah. I just I find it challenging to try to find enough protein to eat on Fridays because of the
Yeah.
not being able to eat some meat, or some chicken or turkey
I would just have I would have a big acai bowl. I'll just do that. So Monday you had eggs, sweet potatoes, zesty dill spears, turkey breast, so dill spears, turkey breast, jack cheese. You already know what I'm gonna say. Add some vegetables to that. Jack
hmm
cheese, spring mix, dill spears, dressing, shredded carrots, sourdough bread, and turkey breast. Sounds like a really good sandwich. I would have added some like alfalfa sprouts, uh, micro broccoli, micro kale to that, and then coconut water. Um, Yeah, this was also a very low protein day. So let me stop it right here real quick. For everybody watching, oh damn, we lost some people. Uh,
Yeah, I think you took too long on my log.
all right.
Sorry, guys.
For everybody watching the replay, here's what's happening with Lavon. She's actually eating the right foods, but she's simply not eating enough of it. And just some strategic changes, and she'll be there. So what for you, try to be consistent in the calories. You're definitely on the right track. Definitely on the right track. And I can see why you're feeling so full is because you're eating the potatoes. Potatoes are the most filling food you can have. So if you ever feel like, I can't eat too much, just focus on the protein and the vegetables. And then if you still have room for the potatoes, add that. So, but that's good. I appreciate you sharing that. All right, guys. Well, yeah, it's we've already been going for 64 minutes. Does anybody else have any last minute questions, obstacles, wins? Also wanna I just noticed that she joined. I didn't even see her join, but Sarah Smith is here. She's new. I was gonna welcome her in the WhatsApp group. Um, she's from Arkansas. So, she follows instructions.
Should I say, hey, y'all?
Yeah, that please. Yeah. Maybe
Hey,
I'll
everyone.
yeah, what do you well, what's your goal? What, like what's your do you want to just say your goal real quick, or what's your story?
Um, let's see. Yeah, just trying to gain some muscle. I don't have any muscle right now. So, yeah, getting on the right track.
Yeah. Awesome. So she never really, got consistent with working out, so she's going to start strength training. So usually that's awesome, blank slate. She's going to pack on a bunch of muscle. Which is huge. That's life changing. So for everybody who didn't get to communicate or didn't get to interact, if you need anything, let me know. Janora, uh, hope all is well. Reach out to me if you need anything. Oh, there you are. I hope your job is going well. I know you had a new job, right? Or a gig.
It was a gig. They're in and they're out. It was just a one
Oh,
day. Yep.
like the Oscars thing, or was it Oscars thing?
It was a little less than the Oscars, but it was in the TV film realm, which is always interesting.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, keep me posted on how things are going. Did you get my return reply?
I did. And that made a lot of sense. And thank you for sharing the story about your mom loving the Oscars
Oh yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
the low key Jedi mind trick with logging my food. So it's working.
I don't know. I was just rambling, so whatever, as long as it works.
Yeah, it's working. And that was very helpful going over the log just now. So
Yeah, I want to
yeah.
start doing that every call. I want to just go over pick out one person and go over your food logs. Yeah, Nicole, I see you raising your eyebrows, so you better be logging everything. All right, cool. All right, so hey, everybody, thank you so much for coming on. If you're watching the replay, post okay, if you're watching the replay, I'm gonna have a really random request. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give one battle after another? Because I honestly didn't really think it was that good. I don't really like it that much, but I guess it won all their Oscars. So in the WhatsApp group, if we start getting all kinds of numbers, then I know you watched the replay. Or yeah, I guess they have to have watched the movie. I don't know. Did you watch that movie, John, or no? Yeah. You know what, guys? To be honest with you, I love movies. I love movies. I love movies. And lately, I've just been working so much. I will literally rent a movie, and on Prime, you have 48 hours to watch it, and then I'll start watching it. But then I'll eat. I'll be like, damn, I gotta go walk now. So then I go walk, and I'll watch like 20 minutes of it, and then I'll come back to it. I'll watch another 20 minutes, and then the 48 hours expire, and then I gotta rent it again. I'm like, no, I don't want to pay for it again. And then now I have like three movies, and I've only watched half of it. So my strategy is that whenever I get on a flight, I see if that movie is for free on the airplane, and then I'll finish it on the airplane. Best strategy ever. If you want to, yep, I know. It's amazing. Don't recommend it. All right. We'll see you guys later. Have an awesome night. Bye-bye.